Welcome into the Recipe Podcast, Celebrity Secrets to a Successful Life. Actually, this is the unplugged version of the recipe. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy the show today. We just had a great morning with George Foreman and Victor Ortiz, and yeah, they are great. Both of those guys are great guys, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, really, one is from a legendary champ family, and the other one is a champ, and so we were blessed to have those guys in studio today, and that was pretty cool. So make sure if you haven't seen that show, make sure you go find that and listen to Victor Ortiz about to go into another fight on September 30th, I believe it is. And was that what I said, 30th? I think it was
September 30th.
It's the 30th.
Yeah, September 30th, Victor Ortiz. So he's our guy, and we're going to mark our words. He's going to be champ once again. So thank you for tuning in today to the Unplugged episode of the Recipe Podcast. So we have in studio Phil Phoenix, a podcast engineer and sound engineer and all that kind of thing. Say hey, Phil.
Hi.
A little bit of a delay, but that's okay. And the Bobbit is here, the podcast producer. She's kind of in here making things happen. You doing okay, Bobbit?
Yeah, I'm good.
A little slow this morning, but a little strength. You all right?
I'm good.
Not a girl. So she podcasts, produces, and gets this thing out on the air. And of course, we couldn't do the show without the Venus flytrap. Flytrap, say hey.
Good morning.
Yeah, big morning already, bro, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do we have cool guests or what?
That was a good one.
Yeah.
I like boxing.
Yeah. So it's always when you hear the stories behind the scenes. I mean, what these guys go through, and of course, Victor is no stranger to those stories. Growing up without a mom and a dad, and after the age of 7, I think it was, and
Yeah.
so those are great, and we're blessed for those celebrities and those athletes to come in and share their story with us. So if you like that, also we've done another show with George Foreman. Which was really a great show, and he talks about behind the scenes with his dad and growing up in the Foreman family. And there's a guy there's a record that will never be broken, winning the belt at age 20 and the heavyweight champion of the world at age 40. I mean, that's insane. So go back and listen to those shows, and I'm proud to call George my friend. So, as you all know, we're syndicated. Our show is syndicated on Helium Radio. Probably going to stop saying that, but on Mondays 4:30 Central and Thursdays 4:30 as well. Go find that, and also iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, TuneIn, anywhere where you find our show. Go there and leave us a message or leave us a question. And last week we read one of those questions, and if you leave something cool, we may reward you with some swag, some really cool swag. We got some swag in, Bob. Have you seen all the swag yet?
I saw all of it.
Yeah, you did, huh? What do you think? Good stuff? I mean, look at these Yetis. These Yetis are the real deal from the Beef Loving Texan Council. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to send you some cool stuff if you do that. So we're going to get right into the Unplugged, guys. So anybody wants to jump right on and share before we get started? Anything? We do have some breaking news, by the way. I like to start with breaking news. You want to hear the breaking news?
What's
Yeah.
the breaking news?
All right, here it is.
Yeah.
Phil's excited, right?
Yeah.
Okay, here it is. The Jordan and Jenna is a whole scandal. The whole scandal. It's a scandal. It's not real.
What?
Breaking news.
Okay,
I have no idea
are
who the
those
hell that
people?
is. I have no idea.
Bachelor Nation, man. Bachelor in Paradise.
I don't watch that shit.
Yeah, they proposed on the show, and they did the final.
This is what you do in your free time? You watch fucking
hey,
Bachelor?
Hey, man, this is breaking news.
Breaking news?
Yeah, so go. You
So
know.
what do you mean? It's a farce?
Yeah, so that she faked it. She has a business and a fitness, but he wasn't faking it.
Oh, okay. But what do you mean she faked it?
Well, because
She doesn't even want to be on the show, me?
No, everybody wants to be on that show because
Okay.
they become
Famous.
Yeah, famous, and then they can be Twitter and what do you call them, Bob?
Influencers?
Like-
Influencers. Yeah, those people. So they go on there and they immediately get 1 million followers.
Yeah.
And so she supposedly faked the whole thing through, and these guys are googly eyed through the whole thing.
Yeah.
And he was fighting for her love and all this kind of shit. And
Wow.
and then the final grand finale, they're sitting on the couch and the whole audience, and they're doing this whole thing. Yeah, and Chris, whatever his name is,
Yeah.
says he's going to marry them like next June. They set a date and everything.
Yeah.
And then a week after the show, she's telling everybody, no, it's not real.
Oh, shit. That's great.
Jesus.
And the guy didn't know. The guy didn't.
poor guy.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Poor little failure.
God.
Yeah. So
heartless.
Yeah, breaking news. So there you have it. You heard it here first on the Unplugged.
Wow.
Yeah. It's sad guy. And so Jordan's just devastated. So there you go. There, bring you guys up to date.
You know what I'm thinking is like, how do they have so much room how do we have so much room for folks who are making money for really
Stupid shit.
for nothing? Yeah,
Right,
you know what I mean? Like, how many can we have? Like, I get Kim Kardashian to a certain extent. Her dad
Yeah.
was a lawyer, was OJ's lawyer. You know, they're a nice looking family.
But that's not how she.
Yeah, her stepdad is, what's his name? Bruce Jenner.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Caitlyn.
there's a
Mrs.
lot.
Jenner.
There's a lot of reasons. They could have been famous. All of them. They're
Yeah.
like they're models, whatever. But from that model, from that idea of, hey, I'm gonna kind of just make myself famous. Everybody's figuring out a way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it's
wha-
like you can't keep up anymore.
Yeah.
Like you just said, it's like there's probably a lot of people that are going to hear that and be like, I know exactly what he's talking about. I'm kind of glad no one in this room knew.
All our fans are up on the Bachelor Nation. No, Paradise Island they call it. Yeah, my daughter's all into it.
Okay.
Yeah, in fact, we have a big joke. See, my daughter's she's 24, and I think she says if she's still single and when she's 25, she's going to go on the show.
Oh man.
Yeah, so I'm not quite sure about that.
No, I've heard like if you really want to settle down and you want somebody sophisticated and decent, you go to a nice
A
steakhouse
bar?
and sit at the
Oh,
bar.
Yeah. Really, a steakhouse?
Yeah, a steakhouse.
Listen
like
to some
a
country
high
music.
end.
That's been,
A high-end
who gave you that
steakhouse.
advice?
I don't remember where I heard
You
it.
need to forget that advice.
I don't
there
know. I
something wrong
haven't
with
done it yet.
Is there something wrong with Christian's mic? It sounds weird.
Yeah.
Get into that little.
Yeah, it sounds
Hello, hello,
a little
hello.
weird.
It went away. It was fine before.
Yeah, I was like peeking.
Let's try get into this some more.
Hello.
I don't know what I don't hear him so well.
Do you want to share?
I don't know. Did you cut me out, Phil?
No, it's just really loud.
That's a little better, no?
It is?
There
Yeah.
you go.
You hear
There
me?
you go.
I can hear you fine.
Yeah.
All right, let's get
I,
back.
I can't really hear myself.
Oh, well, that's
I can turn you up, but
Don't
then
you
you'd be
have
hearing
voices
us
in your head?
a lot.
Yeah.
you have a lot
No,
of
it's probably better.
you have too many voices in your head all at once.
Yeah.
You get confused.
I do.
Yeah.
We can,
I literally just forgot what we were talking about.
No, I haven't forgotten. I want to get back into this bar, sitting at the bar with Bob.
Oh, listen,
Oh.
man.
if you
Do not
want,
take that advice.
We can stop and put it back on your computer.
You want to do that?
Yeah, we can do that, and I can just cut this and send it over and put them together.
Except Jay's live streaming, so that's we're gonna.
We'll stop the live stream.
No, I don't think we can do that. Is the sound gonna be tough?
No, I mean his is just really loud. Mine's fine too.
Yeah. Can we get
Yours
through
is
it?
okay. Yeah.
Come on, Christian, stop screwing up.
Well, I can't hear myself being loud.
Well,
Well, no, it's not too bad. It's fine.
Should I talk lower?
No.
Okay.
no. All right. Well, you can turn your.
Listen, the new steakhouse that is here in town, Mastro's, that's a fancy steakhouse.
Yes. Well,
Okay.
Every single nice looking woman that's sitting at the bar by herself is working. Okay, so
it's like
so-
$300 a cover too.
Yes,
It's like
so
$25 for a vodka tonic.
yeah, but I'm saying, what I mean is they're hookers there. So what I'm saying, the kind of dudes that
Gotcha.
are coming. Yeah, so
So
Well-
Bob,
Probably not
who gave you this information?
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, we need to find that out.
But yeah, I mean, it
Is
makes
he a
sense.
recruiter?
Like, no, but if it makes sense, I mean, it makes sense because if it's $25 a drink, you don't
At least.
expect to find, some broke, rundown
Right.
person who
Right.
doesn't have their life together.
Right. Well, yeah. Let's talk off air about that
Advice.
Advice.
You know what?
Okay.
Bachelor might not be such a bad idea.
Yeah,
after
yeah.
all.
I mean, maybe Bachelor, yeah. Paradise Island. At least the drinks there are free. But
Are they?
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah.
Everything's
yeah.
free.
Yeah, they get paid for something. I always wonder if because there's always one asshole on those shows.
Yeah.
Always, right?
Yeah.
So do they say, hey, are you willing to be an asshole because we'll give you $5,000 an episode instead of $2,400?
No, I think during the interview process, if they see somebody who's got potential to be a dick, they're like, "Can you do that like consistently?"
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, you're getting on.
Yeah, but you don't think give him a little because that guy's got to live with that reputation for a while now for being an asshole. So they must. I said, okay, I'll be an asshole, but you got to pay me more.
Yeah, but you get just as much notoriety, if not
If
more.
I do that, will you pay me more?
What would be
you
the
were-
difference? Bob, you know how she is, Christian. In the office, she's off.
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
uncontrollable some days. so
I'm uncontrollable.
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm glad we got that breaking news out of the way, and I was able to help you guys out there. And but I wanted to actually start the show out because what is the date today, Bob? It's
I don't know.
15th. Yeah, so September 15th here. I just wanted to send our hearts and prayers out to everybody on the East Coast, and in particular the Carolinas. Those guys got hit pretty good. I didn't see too much of it this morning. It looks like obviously it's pretty bad. I guess I don't know how bad, but I don't want to underestimate anything. It's all bad. But at first glance, it didn't seem as bad as what we went through last year. But because that was just like crazy. But anything is bad. So we're sending hearts and prayers over there to everybody on the East Coast and the Carolinas, and hopefully you guys all stay safe. And also the 9/11. I guess we reluctant to remember 9/11. One of the questions I had is one of those crazy things in our world. I think everybody knows where they were on 9/11, right? Do you remember where you were on 9/11?
I don't. I was.
Bob it.
I was 3.
Choose at a
Jesus
steakhouse
Christ.
bar.
That's exactly where I was.
Go another Shirley Temple, please. You were 3. Oh my God. All right. So Phoenix, where were you at, bro?
I was in New York.
I was at work.
Talking to you. I was talking to Phoenix. You're what?
I was at work.
Yeah.
I was at work at a pizza place, and I was really hungover. And I thought the news on the TV was just like some shit that happened. I was like,
Yes.
what's going on?
Like
Where
it
was the
wasn't
pizza
really
place?
like it was a movie.
Kirkendall, 1960. It was called Papa Tony's.
Papa Tony's.
Yeah.
So you saw it, and what happened then? At that point, did everybody just freak out?
There was it was like 10 in the morning. There were already like
That's
10
right.
people in the bar, sitting around the bar drinking. And I was sitting at the bar, just like,
You were employed and you were sitting at the bar?
yeah, I was watching the TV and I was just like, what's
Were
going
you
on?
waiting for some hot chick like the Bob was talking? No.
No.
Okay.
No.
Wait, you weren't working at Papa Tony's though?
was working,
He
yeah.
was on. He was
Oh,
always.
but you were also sitting at the bar?
Yeah, because it was like
punched
10 in the morning. I just got there and I sat down. I was like, can I get something to drink? I just need like a water. Some girl gave me some bitters, and that made me throw up. She's like, oh, this will sell your stomach. I'm like, really? Go. No.
You were in a bad state.
So 9/11 is a bad memory all the way around for you.
Well, I mean, it wasn't bad because I was throwing up. It was just bad because of all the shit that was going on. I remember like my girlfriend at the time calling me and was like, they bombed us. And I was like, fuck are you talking about? Who bombed you? What are you okay? She's like, you're not watching the news? I'm like, no. She's like, well, go look. And so I did. And I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
That was real. That was live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
live. What about you, Christian? Where were you at?
I was in New York. You know, when you said Phoenix, I thought you said Venus. Sorry about that.
I know this is confusing, and it's tongue tying for a guy like me trying to sort all this out.
I know.
I appreciate it.
Just call me what you want to
Yeah,
call
all right. All right. Well, be careful on that. So what were you doing?
I was in New York, and
So that would have been, let me think now, it was 10 a.m. here, so 11 a.m., right, for you guys? Is that right?
yeah.
Yeah.
No. It happened at 8:45 or something.
Okay.
Yeah, when it actually went down. But yeah, I had been drinking the night before too, Phil. A lot. Yeah, and I had been drinking and thinking about it, like I wasn't the type to be hungover all the time, but it was Monday to Tuesday. It was a Tuesday, and that Monday I worked. That Monday I was off, but I worked as a teacher's assistant for a wine class with the American Sommelier Association, and that was this guy Andrew Bell, who has this great school. And at the time, we were using the 107th floor at Tower 1. And so I was in World Trade Center the day before. And after that, I had to go to the Washington Wine Commission tasting at the Whitney Hotel, which was uptown, up on 65th, around there, and Madison. And when I left the class, we got yelled at. We all got yelled at. I was one of the lead servers. Obviously, as a TA, we had a couple other servers that would help us out. And we all got yelled at by Andrew Bell because we opened up one extra bottle. Like, we did a bad count. We didn't end up having over 30 people. We opened up 3 bottles. It was kind of standard 15 people per bottle. And that third bottle barely got cracked. But we pulled the corks up, not all the way out, so we were able to push him down. He had the same class the next day at World Trade Center. And I was a teacher assistant on Tuesdays in the afternoon for Windows on the World wine class. So I had to be back the next day. Strangely enough, when I walk out, it's raining cats and dogs in New York. I'm talking about like horrible. And I had a suit. I was wearing a suit. And I usually didn't wear a suit for the class, but I was going to have dinner at Danielle that night. Danielle Blue Restaurant.
Yeah.
First and only time I've ever been. And we were going for my buddy's birthday, which was September 11th. He was the chef at the restaurant I worked called Tees, which was a small plate restaurant, not unlike our new concept.
Right.
Anyhow, we go out. I go to the tasting. I got soaked cats and dogs in. The suit was so cheap that it looked like a newspaper on me by the time I was going to go to Danielle. And do you know, I walked into Danielle. I'm wearing a suit, but the suit literally looks like somebody rolled me down a hill.
Yeah.
You know? And it was a black suit, and they said that, that's just not going to cut it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in a nice way. I brought it up. I was like, look, what do you think? He's the host. I got there before everybody else did. It was 3 couples meeting there. I lived with my girlfriend at the time. Her name's Ashley, and she was super. She says, hey, what's going on? She called me, and I said, yeah, I'm going to have to go into the bathroom and kind of iron this thing out. So I ended up wetting it more and then drying it under their dryers in the bathroom.
Oh, my God.
Anyway, threw the suit on. We had a great dinner. We were with a couple other couples, and one of the girls was kind of nuts. She had a lot to drink. She tried to steal a wine list. She got caught, but ended up getting away with an espresso cup from Danielle, which somebody still has now. But it's technically, it was for Ronnie's September 11th birthday, whatever he turned at the time, 25, 28. I'm not sure. But we ended up wanting to go back to the World Trade Center that night, Monday night, Windows on the World, the bar. But when we looked at our watch, it was it's like 11. They're probably already shutting down. Let's just go ahead and wait for the train. And Ashley and I waited for the train. And didn't get home till 4. And then that morning, I got woken up with a call by my mom saying, hey, are you home? I said, yeah, I just answered the phone. Well, why did you have you left for? Actually, she called my cell phone. Have you left for for the city yet? I said, no, I don't have to be there till 1. And she said, turn the TV on. So that's what happened. Yeah. So.
Well, I had visiting chefs here, and I want to say there were 4 or 5 visiting chefs at the club, and we did
At this club?
at the club here, and we did a culinary festival, and with different stations. I had an ice carving expert. He had to finish the ice between the countdown, and is he going to make it? We had a cooking stage where there was a cook off, and then there was 2 or 3 other distractions, and it was a pretty cool event. It was like all this. It's like a carnival of stuff, and we're emceeing it in the middle, and we had members cooking against each other, and it was really a great event. But I had 4 guests in town, and of course after the event we have some drinks, and let's go to a couple of bars downtown, and so we did that until 1 or 2 in the morning, and it got late.
That was on the Monday, the day before.
I want to say it couldn't have been a Monday. Was it a Monday?
Well, no, it happened on a Tuesday. What I'm saying is,
No. Whatever it was. Yes, that was the night before.
Okay.
So it was September 10th. But I didn't think that we did it on a Monday. But anyway, anything. So we went. So we got back. A couple of the guys stayed with me in my house, and the other side stayed in the hotels. And we got back to the house. Went to bed around 2:15. Got up at 6, and drove. One of them took a cab to downtown to Hobby, and I took the other one up to Bush. And I got back. I'm hurting, So I get back and I get in bed. And I said, it was a late night. It was very successful, so I'm going to sleep. And I'm going around 1 or 2, and then the phone rings, and it was Darren. Chef, do you know what's going on? And I said, yeah, of course I do.
yeah.
Well, but what is it you're talking about? And he said, turn on the TV, and I turned it on, and there it was. And I was like, oh my God! So I got up and get my eyes on and figure stuff out. But that was a crazy night, and that's what I told him. I said, hey, let's go get our kids out of school. I don't know. I was, you freak out a little bit, like
Right.
what's going on, know?
Right.
So yeah, that was 9/11. So it was a crazy time in our world, and that's when a lot of stuff in the world changed, right? Security in schools and metal detectors and backpacks that have bulletproof, on it, and screening at airports. Christ, that was a different time in our world, and anyway, so it's changed forever, but hopefully it smooths out a little bit. But yeah, that's about it for that. So 9/11 people out there, families out there, God bless y'all for if you're involved in some way or have some family or anybody involved, and that was a kind of a tough weekend, but it's we got over that one. But every year it seems like there's some other kind of tragedy coming up, like we had last year in Houston and hurricanes coming through. But this weekend's a big weekend for our family. It's my wife's birthday.
All right.
Awesome.
Yeah, big
Happy
birthday.
birthday.
It's an important one. You don't have to say.
No, I don't think it's important. Well, it's of course they're all important. But it's on.
Good answer.
It's on Monday, so I already did the flower thing. Send her flowers so she can enjoy them through the weekend. So get that part figured out. We're gonna go to dinner at Doris.
Doris Metropolitan.
Yeah, have you ever been there?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think? Should I change the reservations?
It's a beautiful space.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk badly about it. I didn't think the food was awesome.
Yeah.
And the seating's kind of weird. It's one of the nicest looking bars though I've ever seen.
Yeah. Well, there you go, Bob.
A lot of people go to the bar. Actually, a lot of people go to that bar and eat there. Yeah, it's a nice bar to eat.
You know, my wife and I have been going to a lot of places, and I want to get into that. Like I thought, like we'd try to end these shows with restaurant review,
Yeah,
that kind of thing.
sure, that's good.
But we've been going to a lot, and if the bar is open, we go there and eat at the bar. Just
That's a great place to eat at the bar.
well, the ones that have the vision of the kitchen. But
Oh, yeah, okay.
But we can talk about that. Yeah, so I got that part lined up. You know, we have my niece is getting married at the end of the month, and we're flying for that to the Green Bay area for that wedding. And so I said, well, honey, I said,
Let's go to Packers game.
yeah, exactly. I said, well, I'm panicking because I don't know what to get to you for your birthday, and I need to get you something, and this happens every year. And so I said, I tell you what, last Monday, I said, why don't we, she wanted to get something for the wedding to wear. I said, why don't we go look at a couple places, and I'll buy an outfit for the dress or whatever you want for the wedding. So, okay, cool. We went to this one shop that one of the members told her to go to. It's very reasonable on Westheimer. So we go there. So my question is, at what point does clothing get referred to as pieces?
When it could be passed on. Simple as that.
No.
When
no.
it's expensive.
I'm saying-
Exactly, that's the answer. I
Yeah,
was
no,
looking for.
but what I mean
Yeah.
is when it could get passed on is if it has value at a resale shop.
Well,
See,
if you look
whatever
at
we're-
this piece right here,
Right.
if this
If
piece
it's
is,
been worn,
worn
and it has
by,
I think then it could be considered a piece because it's like
this
piece
is
of
a
art or
lovely
something.
piece that's done by Jordan Jackson, and I think they look lovely on you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, great. So they're feeding her pieces,
Yeah.
like for like an hour. And so I said, it was a beautiful shop.
Yeah.
It was a good shop. And nice. Gave me a glass of water. They wouldn't give me a glass of wine if I wanted. So, okay, I know I'm in trouble here. And so they're, giving her like a dozen pieces. And, so finally she found one that she liked. But I said, we'll come back. I said, honey, this is my lesson. So if you younger guys, anytime your wife finds something that actually fits and she likes it, just buy it.
Of course.
Just buy it. Just
Yeah.
buy it. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you got to do. You got to buy it because it's not very often that you find something that she just loves.
You
so-
just really, really like.
right.
Yeah.
What
So,
happened?
well, so I'm thinking I thought she liked it, and I liked it and it looked nice, and she said no. I said okay, walked out. I said what's wrong? She was like, it was like $3,200.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was a dress, right?
It was a piece for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. So
piece of work.
yeah.
So she passed on it?
Yeah, she passed on it. Yeah, thank God, because I don't think I have enough on my credit card to take care of that. But anyway, yeah. So
Hey,
do you have any pieces in your closet, Phil?
No, luckily my wife doesn't really give a shit about clothes. So right now we're trying to find maternity clothes. But I'm gonna take 30 seconds and put it on your computer.
All right. So let's.
You can.
Yeah, go ahead. Do
live
it.
thing is going.
All right, go
so-
ahead. Go ahead and do it. So, So there's I wonder why that is. It happened last time. It doesn't pick up the same on your computer for some reason.
Yeah, we're not gonna do it again.
So pieces. Yeah.
Are we still recording?
Yeah.
We're still on
This would
the.
be a good time where if like we had we could do like string figures.
Oh, you know what? I tell you what.
You know how to do that, right?
I tell you what. We are.
Oh, yeah.
Like the cat's cradle thing.
Yeah.
Let's go get some string.
Well, hang on.
I don't know where to find string.
While we're pausing, it's a good time to take a quick break. We are going to talk about our sponsors.
May I go potty?
You guys okay with that?
Yeah, do it.
All right, Texas Beef Council. No, we're not going to do that. We're going to do Dunkin' Coffee, right? Jay, you can talk. It's okay if you can talk. If you want to talk, you can say something. All right, Jay's keeping me in line. So Dunkin' Coffee, a big shout out to Dunkin' Coffee, who is one of our sponsors. We are very grateful to have. Mills Duncan is a great guy who will fix, grind, and make a perfect custom blend of coffee for you. He has a full service coffee of teas and for hotels, clubs, and restaurants. The customer service is second to none. That's why we love them. We can use them, and they come in and take care of us. So that's Dunkin' Coffee, Duncan. Go there, and they will help you out. You can find more information on our website about that, too. Next, we have Escoffier School of Culinary Arts. If you're interested in a fulfilling career in culinary arts or pastry arts, then you need an educational partner that can help you reach the next level. Escoffier School of Culinary Arts can help you excel in the kitchen and beyond with a balanced curriculum that focuses on the latest culinary skills, methods, and as well as a business and operations. So they also have a flexible 100% online format, perfect for working professionals, which means you can get a degree while you are working in the real world. So that's a pretty cool feature. World-renowned reputation, personalized student support, professional chef instruction. So remember, these are the guys to go to when you're looking for a culinary education. Contact the folks at Escoffier to learn more. That's Escoffier edu, ESCOFFIER.edu. Super cool. And we might as well do the American Culinary Federation, Jay, while we're right here. The American Culinary Federation, we are still in contact with, and I'm so proud to have them as a sponsor because I grew up in the American Culinary Federation. There are 20,000 members strong across the United States. I think there's like 300 chapters. So if you're not a member of a chapter and you're in the hospitality field, you need to go do that for a lot of reasons. But it's getting so nowadays that a lot of employers want to see that on your resume. And they've been super cool to me and helped me in my career. So thank you, ACF, for trusting us and being with us. So Texas Beef Council, should we roll it right through, Jay? Yeah, let's keep on rolling it. So Texas Beef Council, and these guys are really amazing because they love chefs, and that's why we love them. They're a nonprofit organization representing 130,000 beef farmers and ranchers across the state. Their goal is to increase beef demand through research, education, and promotion, utilizing the beef-loving Texans consumer brand, connecting consumers to beef they love and the farmers and ranchers who raise it. The Texas Beef Council supports chefs and food service professionals across the state, whether it's taking chefs on a pasture-to-plate tour across Texas or supporting the future of the food service industry through the Texas Pro Start High School program. The Texans Beef Council plays a pivotal role in that. So thank you, Beef Council, for reaching out, and not only that, but supporting chefs in general. Ace Ray Incorporated, these guys are amazing. Janitorial and maintenance company in the Houston area. The owner, Ricardo Acevedo, is such a great guy. He'll answer the phone at any time and come in and help you. They will clean the back of the house, front of the house, office buildings, you name it. They'll clean it with amazing attention to details. Chefs and business owners, you know how it is when after all your people leave, you don't have to worry about hiring and firing the janitorial team because Aceway takes care of all that, and that's why we love them. They're all good people on that. So, again, big shout out to Aceway. Give them a call. You can find those numbers on our website as well as 281-879-9899. Just about everybody I know already uses them. So that's about that. Thank you, because without sponsors, we wouldn't be sitting in this room, and without fans and listeners out there, we wouldn't have the sponsors. So it's kind of a big circle around. How you doing over there, Phil? You feeling good?
Good, yeah.
Yeah, good changeover, man. It's like a pit stop. You take the tires off the car and
Pit crew.
Did he do good over there?
Yeah, I was
Venus?
watching him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's slick,
The whole
right?
time.
Yeah.
I was watching him the whole time.
What was his time on it?
It was 2 minutes and 37
That's a
seconds.
little long. Little
It's
long.
actually less than a minute.
Was it?
Less than a minute, yeah.
Well, I don't know. Well, who do I believe? Because I was reading and everything.
Yeah.
So, Bobbitt, you're usually pretty honest. How long did it take?
I don't know.
Oh, don't play politics.
I don't. I wasn't paying attention.
Hey,
She was
Didn't I-
taking pictures.
Didn't I
I
read?
was.
Didn't I read a memo that we were supposed to have some pastries this morning?
No, see
Huh?
what had
Didn't-
happened
didn't,
was.
Yeah, but I can't eat sweets anyway, so.
Oh,
What's
okay.
going on?
But you
dude?
read that. You read that, right?
My liver's fucked up.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
Hmm.
Enlarged liver?
Yeah.
I did it. I've done it.
I did it.
Did you
No, I
enlarge?
have a solution for you. I'll
Yeah.
tell you afterwards.
Okay.
So, Bobbitt, what's the excuse?
She had to be up dealing with people.
Oh, is that what it was?
Didn't have time to bake them. I get it.
Well, bake it last night. I was not going to bake it this morning, were you?
Yeah,
It was
she
supposed
was.
to be fresh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The
Dude, she's a
best
pastry
fresh.
chef. She wants it fresh.
Yeah.
The freshers.
All right. Well, we'll let it go. So you know what? NFL opened up last weekend, Christian.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah.
I like how you just tossed Christian because I don't know shit about football.
Right.
That's
I'll
why your
talk-
liver's so big.
I'll talk about music.
Yeah. Okay. We'll hit up some music. But what about Bobo? Who's your favorite football team?
Well, see, we live in Houston,
Right.
So I feel like there has to be I don't know,
A
like
loyalty.
yeah.
A loyalty to your team.
As
Yeah.
there should be. There should be. Yeah, that's right.
So I would say Texans, but my dad really loves the Cowboys, and so it's a split household. My mom obviously just goes with whatever my dad wants, and all the other kids.
As she should. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, all the other kids just kind of followed his suit. So I'm the only one in my family who does not
You're on the
care
fence
for the
on the both?
Cowboys. So
Well, we don't care for the Cowboys either. Right?
I hate the Cowboys.
Right.
Yeah.
Cowgirls.
Cowboys suck.
They're easy to hate.
Yeah. You make one. I saw a clip the other day. I don't know. No, we were in the turn last night, and of when Terrell Owen back in the day on the Bengals when he caught the pass and ran to the star on the field,
Oh, yeah.
and some dude went and clocked him. They tackled him.
Yep.
Yeah. So you got.
I saw a funny meme that said biggest gay bar in the U.S. and it's a picture of the Dallas Cowboys stadium.
Oh, you know
That's
what
a
my
good
cousin
one.
did in his apartment? He got like the car stickers of the Cowboys and he put them in his toilet and took a picture and sent it to my dad.
Well, yeah. So
Those are the only fans that still get super excited about their team, and they haven't done anything since like 1995.
right.
Yeah.
Kind of like the Texans.
Yeah.
Well,
Texans are pushing.
Texans have never done
They
anything.
lost, but I gotta say, Deshaun Watson. Did you watch the game? You must have watched the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I almost put all that 85% of it on Deshaun Watson and the 15% on the coach.
yeah, well, the play calling was pretty trash.
Play calling maybe, and then the no calls from the coach of the timeouts, and then but Deshaun just looked rusty as hell.
Yeah.
He hasn't played at all in the preseason, and then he didn't play hardly half of last season, right? Like 4 or 5 games.
Yeah.
So. And the Giants, those Giants are
I don't know. I think
Giant.
we got a shot.
Yeah.
I mean, we played a tough defense.
Shot at what?
We got a shot at it all.
Really
Yeah.
okay.
I'm calling it now.
Really?
I'm not calling Super Bowl. I'm calling playoffs for sure.
Oh, playoffs. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
This rookie kid is good.
How was Eli?
Dude, Eli maintains. He's always going to throw a pick six here and there against a good defense.
Right.
But we have enough offensive weapons to make up for it. I mean, look, whatever. We'll be fine.
Well, I'll tell you what.
That's how you have to jump in.
Yeah, come on.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Let me hear you.
I wish we had that.
me
I'll
hear
tell
you.
you what.
Well, I'll tell you what. Now the defense wasn't doing as good as they should have been doing. They should have brought in the offense a little bit after the defense, and maybe thrown in a touchdown or ran it
you
in for
go.
a touchdown.
There
I'll
you
tell you
go.
what.
There you go.
That's good.
Bob, see if you can. Do you have that coach? Piece? Did you pull that up? Oh, there it is, right there. You did have it.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
On it.
What? Watch this. This is super cool. This is funny as hell. So it doesn't work. There he goes. No.
It's right here.
I thought you were talking about the South Park one.
Yeah, let's
I
watch that
wish.
one.
Hey, Coach, is there anything you want to change?
I mean, I don't know what you want me to tell that. Everybody's like, football's a team game, okay? It's not a team game, okay? I did my part, all right? I put in a great game plan. I mean, these players, they're horrible. My players are no good. I mean, everybody's like, no excuses. I got 22 excuses, 11 on my offense and 11 on my defense. Our offensive coordinator is terrible. He gets half of his plays off of Madden, rookie mode.
Rookie mode.
Is no good. You know, our offensive line, it's like Obama's immigration policy. Let everybody through. Do we have a chance next week? No, we don't. We're 0-8. We're not good at football. I got 3 white receivers. Our red zone defense is like Oprah. Like, you get a touchdown, you get a touchdown, you get a touchdown. Our quarterback, look at the playbook. We put in plays for Peyton Manning. He plays like Cooper Manning. I mean, the guy's just not good at football. No credit to the other team, okay? The other team is awful. We tried to recruit bigger, better players to come play for us, but they went to good schools. I put in the game plan. These kids can't execute. Third down, terrible. I know we need better players. I get it. We can't win with the product we got in the field here. Like, I'm down to Rick Pitino some guys if I need to, but not in this level. I'm not going to jail for these kids. I mean, they're all talking in the locker room like, we're a team. We're in this together. No matter what happens, we're together. Like, not me, dude. I'm out of here. This team's terrible.
Ow. Jeez.
Yeah. So there you have it. Yeah. So getting back to your deal, Phil.
There
We're
was
talking
it.
about the offense and the defense.
Well, I'll tell you what. You
Yeah.
need to run them
Yeah.
people in for a touchdown if you want to win.
Yeah. now, if that ain't a diamond in the goat's ass. How Bob it? If
I'll tell you what.
I ain't never seen nothing like that. So yeah, so there you have football season started. We're I just don't seem to be. I mean, I used to be read the newspaper, listen to the sports radio every single. I mean, I was thick into it for 8 or 10 years down here, season ticket holder, all that stuff, and now I'm just like barely catch a game.
I think it's because
Yeah, you should get those season tickets again.
I think it's because here in Houston, the Texans. When did they start? 05?
Like 01 or something.
Yeah, I think it was
01?
11 or 12 years, or maybe. So there was a big hype. Yeah, I was
So
caught
call
up.
it 15 years.
I was caught up in it.
You peak out 5 years ago when it really looked like there was a shot.
Yeah.
And now, what's left? I mean, like, look at, we're not going anywhere. Team's not going
It's
anywhere.
all about the Astros, bro.
Yeah, there you go. Astros look good.
So what's the status with them right now?
I don't know. They lost last night, I think.
They did.
Yeah.
They did.
But I think that they're. Is there any way you could put that mic? Jay, put the camera back on
Dale.
Phoenix. Is there any way you could put that down, or are you a wanted criminal or something, or are you,
No,
you're
like
not?
lights hurt my eyes.
Yeah. Okay. So you're hiding. Okay. All right.
Sorry.
That's why. Back in the day when I was at the Balsam's Grand Resort Hotel, we used to have this employee recognition program, and then we had this Canadian dishwasher that was with us for 25 years, 25, 30 years. And so I decided to recognize him, and he supposedly didn't speak any English, but he could if he had to. But he barely said 3 words a day.
So he was French Canadian then.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Oui.
yeah. And he made all kinds of animal noises, and he barely looked like it looks like he barely moved. It's true, he barely moved. But when somebody and it was immaculate, right? Every pan would squeak, right? In an old resort, right? So anytime that it was his day off, the place was trash. We put 2 people back there that couldn't keep up with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. And the guy was never moved. Anyway, so I bring him out to what we call roll call, right? We go over the menus and everything at 5:00 in the afternoon. Bring him out. He didn't know what was going on, and I said, had this, the certificate and a check or whatever. And I go to, and this person goes up to take a picture, and he sees the camera, and he bolts, and he runs. He runs. We didn't see him for 2 weeks. And yeah.
No.
2 weeks.
So we're on the Canadian
Immigration,
border.
bro.
Right. So we're on the Canadian border, we're like 45 miles from the Canadian border. So we just figured the dude's wanted for something, right? But he did come back after 2 or 3 weeks. He didn't ask us anything, and I didn't ask anything to him, and just go back to work, please. And that was the end of that. So that was, I don't know what that.
Well, I'm scared of the police.
Well, that's what I was figuring. That's why you're hiding over there. See,
Dude, I've been
yeah.
pulled over several times. I've been like stopped walking like down the street, and then people ask me like, "Oh, do you mind coming with us?" And I'm like, back in the day, I was like, "Yeah, sure, I can do shit." And then they take me down to the shop, and they're like, "This is the guy that stole the stuff." I'm like, "What?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, that's him." Fucking movie.
Those are the cops.
Yeah, the cops are like, "Oh no, if you didn't do anything, you don't mind come with us, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, no problem. I don't care." So then I rode with them. This is in South Padre Island. When I was on vacation with some friends when I was like 19, and they stopped me and my friend on the street. They're like, "Hey, where'd you come from?" I'm like, we just ate some food at McDonald's. I mean, you want to see my fucking receipt? I have my Coke right here. My Coke is right here in my hand. And like, okay, so you guys didn't go up to the shop up the street? Nah. So come with us if you didn't do anything. Yeah, no problem. Cool. So go up there, pull up to the shop, and this lady comes out and like, these guys did it, just like a movie. Yeah, that's the guys. That's them. They did it.
Those bastards, get them right now.
So the cops like, what? And me and my friend were in the back seat, and they were like, what the hell? No, you fucking stupid. We didn't do that. No way. And they're like, well, what did they steal? Some bikes. I'm like, so do you see a bike here?
Yeah.
Do you see
That's
what
him.
I hit it in my sock?
That's
you want to find one in my sock?
I recognize him. That's
So
him.
the cop was like, come on, lady. Was this really the guys? Because, I mean, I don't see any bikes. They just came out of a McDonald's eating some McDonald's food. Do you really want to ruin their life and send them to jail? And she's like, well, I guess it's not them. They don't really look like them.
Well, he has brown skin.
Yeah, that was it. Well, I think they were brown, she said.
Did you have the dreads then?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Well,
I had dreads.
that's guilty all over it.
See that?
Yeah.
Now I see what the problem was.
One of the reasons I went to jail for my dreads too.
You went to jail for them?
Well, because of them.
Yeah.
The cop pulled me over, and I had like a beer at a friend's house, and he's like, "Where's the weed at?" I'm like, "It's in my fucking dreads. Where do you think it's at?" I was like, "Search my car, man. I don't got any weed." He's like, "Step out of the car."
Yeah, that was the wrong thing.
Step out of the car now. Go and put your hand behind your back.
Ooh.
Damn.
I got a live one here. Hey, send some backup
I was
over
like,
here. Send over the backup. I got a dreadlock dude and smoked open.
Yeah,
Back
so
in the back seat.
I went to jail on it.
Mexican.
Everybody was like, "Oh man, this dude got dreads, man. Yo, that dude got dreads."
Yeah, you guilty as shit.
I've never seen a
I'll tell you
Mexican
what,
with dreads.
I didn't have any problem sleeping on that concrete with my dreads.
Yeah.
Just like wrap them up and just.
He's guilty as shit. He got them. Look at that boy with them dreads on.
How do you get dreads? You have to like not wash your hair.
No, I wash my hair.
So how'd you do it?
Lava soap. You ever heard of lava soap?
No.
If you like wash your hair with it, it's like it's a lava rock. And you wash your hair and it takes all the moisture out and it gets really dry. And then as it goes on, you kind of like tease it up, like kind of roll them. I had beeswax and I'd roll them and then I'd get a comb and just like go up. And so I had like these nice thick dreads. They didn't stink.
Oh, that's cool.
I'd wash them and I'd condition them like every day. So
Bro.
they
Why'd you do all that?
because they look really badass. I was in a band at the time. I was a singer in a band.
My mama told me that.
was like,
I asked, why is their hair like that? And she told me it's because they don't wash their hair.
They don't wash their hair.
That's what she. That's
Really?
dirty.
That's what my mom told me. Yeah.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, a lot of people don't wash their hair, and if you've ever been downtown and seen that dude with the dreads, he stinks.
Yeah, he does.
But
I'm glad you didn't stink.
I
That's
washed mine really good.
There's a guy downtown. Isn't he always in his like underwear or like a diaper or something? But he's in roller skates.
Bobbit, where have you been? You're going to bars and you're going.
No.
Oh, you're talking about Texas.
Yeah, like here
Texan-
downtown.
Oh no,
No,
there's a
no,
Texan dude
the-
in New York City. The underwear dude with a guitar.
No, this guy.
No, she's talking about a stinky guy. I bet
This
that
is
guy.
the
Yeah.
roller skating guy.
Yeah, there's a guy who roller skates in like his underwear or something. It's like all through Midtown.
Bobbit, we gotta start hanging out with you. I don't know. well.
What do you do?
But
Y'all
Phil,
haven't heard of that?
but Phil, you look good now,
No.
and you're clean shaven, and you're
Yeah, I shaved the mustache.
Got one baby.
I
Yeah,
got it going.
yeah, why'd you bring that back, bro?
I don't know.
I know. I kind of like you clean shaven.
I was tired of having to shave all
Really?
the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
It hurts to shave.
It does.
For me.
Hmm. Oh well. Well, well. Anyway, I liked you when you were like all clean shaven and stuff.
Yeah, I'll do it again.
Dude, let him be him.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Just let me be. Just want to be me.
Well, speaking of we're getting off from, I don't know how we got into that conversation, but we're talking about defense or something. But what about Colin Kaepernick? We didn't talk about him last time.
Yeah.
What's your whole take on that on kneeling of the national anthem?
I don't know. Look, I didn't see that commercial. I know a lot of people. Did you see the commercial?
I haven't seen it yet. I saw clips of it, but
I have DVR, so I just fast forward through commercials.
I haven't seen
Yeah.
it.
It's good. Yeah, this
Forget the
apparently this
commercials.
commercial is very.
But that's another conversation.
deal.
I want to talk about the Nike thing, but
Because
that's
people are like burning their Nikes. No, but Colin Kaepernick. Look,
Give me your
ultimately,
Nike shit.
you know these guys are in the public eye. He could stay in the locker room for it. I mean, ultimately, you know, you want to be controversial.
all right. So you're
There are other platforms for it.
You have
Right.
your headphones on backwards.
Do I? Oh.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that why you don't sound
That's
right?
why I'm hearing.
Oh,
I'm hearing like
because that says L.
I'm hearing left-handed sounds coming into my right
see,
ear.
that,
you hear that?
that will screw you up.
Can you hear
especially-
my left hand
Yeah,
snapping
I
in your
can
right
only
ear?
hear left-handed
Especially
stuff in
you,
my
bro.
right.
And when you get the stuff
Well,
into
they
your
just fit
wrong
better.
ear, and especially in your head, that's gonna be all jacked
and
up.
did you see?
I bet your head's screaming right
Foreman's son.
He heard
is an
my voice
upside-down
coming out of
lefty.
his mouth.
now. Yeah, he's a southpaw. Yeah,
Yeah. And so is Ortiz.
yeah.
Yeah.
But how's that sound better? Does that sound better?
It still sounds the same, but
No.
now I can hear
Does
the
it
right.
fit better?
If it should fit better, yeah.
No,
So now my voice isn't coming out of Chef's mouth.
Right.
no. That's what was happening. I couldn't hear anything Bobby was saying.
Oh Christ, what a mess.
These are uncomfortable.
I tell you what, we're a mess today. We're just all over the chart here. But
That's good.
Get back to the Kaepernick thing. I want to know your personal, not about all the bubbly shit all around the outside. Your personal opinion: should NFL players be allowed to kneel in the national, or anybody really? But let's just say NFL players. Should NFL players kneel at the national anthem?
I think that regardless of the fact that they're on TV, regardless of the fact that they're athletes, and thanks to the United States and the fact that we have football and opportunity, that they're actually out there earning that kind of money, regardless of all that, I kind of believe that they should be able to do whatever they want.
All right, Phil.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
I don't care. Do what you want.
Bobbitt.
Okay, this clip that you showed me the other day.
Well, let's not talk about the clip. I want to talk about your head first. and
Okay, but
Your head.
I think that, you know, what this guy was saying was great about having a peaceful protest, but I don't think that it should be done on the field, just because one, the flag is it means something to the people in this country, and I see how it could be disrespectful to veterans and military and, you know, just people in general. I think he could use, you know, his platform, whatever, elsewhere, just not, because if I go to a football game and somebody does that, that's not what I came to see. That's not what I paid for,
You
I
paid for
think
their
it's-
salary.
Yeah, but, I want to see a game. I don't want to see any politics. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
So-
off that logic, and I know you're about to give your opinion, yeah, but off that logic, hear me out here, Chef. What she just said is spot on, which is she's there to watch the game. So here's the thing: football in the last 5-10 years, let's call it since 9/11, every single football game is this big patriotic show. I mean, like,
Yeah.
it's got to be like the
Jets.
the fighters are over. You got the eagle flying in. You got the flag spread out over the. You know what I mean?
Military.
Like, woo, go America! Let's say somebody just wanted to go watch football and
Budweiser.
didn't want to have to make it this kind of overly patriotic thing. Baseball is the American pastime. Okay, baseball has doubled down by saying now we're going to sing another patriotic song during the 7th inning stretch. I think that's a bit excessive, right? It's great to have the anthem at the beginning. That makes perfect sense before any sporting event, any spectacle. The fact that we're having it in the United States, you have the Star Spangled Banner. However, baseball was soft about it. They said 7th inning stretch, we're going to do the song. Nobody gets forced to have to go in. The players don't have to go in the song, have to sing the song. They'll be respectful and watch what's going on the screen. But usually it's to honor service folks. I think that's fine. But in a football game, if you're going to a football game and there's this big parade before it even starts, and everybody's asked to participate, I feel like you shouldn't have to do that against your will, and that should include the players. However, being an American, whatever, it's like you should be grateful, whatever. Everybody respects, everybody respects America in their own way. Maybe Colin Kaepernick, we've never even heard him speak about how he feels about the United States. He might be making a statement about something different. He probably should be more vocal about it, being a public figure. But we never tell somebody this is the way you have to worship, or this is that's why it's America. You want to be Catholic, you want to be Muslim. Nobody can say, hey, you have to be at church every Sunday, or you have to kneel to pray. So along those lines, I feel this falls under the same category. I don't want to show up to a game. I would think it was weird if you showed up to a game that happened in Afghanistan of soccer and everybody had to pray together. I think anybody would find that weird if you were there to watch the game. I'm there to watch soccer. So I think you can't force it on people. And ultimately, he has the choice as a professional, and because guess what? He's a highly paid player to say at this point, I'm going to stay in the locker room.
But you would pray with everybody, right?
Would I pray with
You'd be like,
everybody?
well, shit, I guess praise Allah.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, you shouldn't be forced. You can stand there or sit there, but nobody should be like, "Hey, you're not praying," because I think that's forcing people. It's forcing people's hand.
But
that's not what America's about.
exactly is he kneeling for? I've never really.
Well,
That's just it.
police
Yeah.
brutality. And
But that's not really communicated well.
Well, I mean,
know what I mean?
I think
Like-
if I think
Well, if you're kneeling down, I
I
think it's kind of messed up. If you're kneeling down to police brutality, shouldn't you be standing up to police brutality?
yeah,
Yeah.
well, and why the flag? But I think you can probably find plenty of clips of Colin Kaepernick explaining that, and I think he does explain it pretty well. And some I have to remember now, but this is my whole deal. Is I've been against it from day one. Having been to Afghanistan 3 times, I'm sensitive to it, and being so close to it. I've never been in the military. Nobody in my family been in the military. But I, for some reason, am wrapped up in it, and I've been over there, I don't know, for a total of maybe 3 weeks, maybe 30 days, with our troops, being protected by our troops, and putting on shows and feeding them and giving them gifts and all this stuff. So I'm very sensitive to all this. And everything I see firsthand in the war zone, in Afghanistan, outside of safe zones, in forward operating bases, I mean, I've seen some crazy shit, right? And the talent and how they have to live and what they give up to do this and not be with their families and all this kind of stuff. So I'm sensitive to it. And before I did trips to Afghanistan, I don't know what it was, but I was emotional during the national anthem. I can't explain it to this day. I get emotional for it, and I have I can't explain it. And then I end up doing the Afghanistan thing, and it's even worse. I'm very emotional during that song. And so I was steadfast, fucking stand up, and But I also recognize that there's some shit going on out there with police brutality, and not just police brutality, just how people treat each other in general. Whether you're white, black, or brown, or yellow, or whatever color you are, we have some challenges still to this day in this world, which bothers me. But this is the thing. I don't think that they should be allowed to take their celebrityism when they're on the clock and do it at the game. If you want to do this, great. You want to go. If you want to, be against, you name it, whatever it is. That's great. But you don't run around with a T-shirt on your back and do that at the game. You can't put it on your shoes. You don't do it while you're on I can't go into the ballroom of our club and kneel down for the national anthem. I can't. That's not my place. Mm-hmm. That's not my place to do it. If I want to do it and go stand on the corner, then I can do it all day long. But I can't do it at my place of employment. I can't take my personal agenda at my place of employment. No way.
But it's debatable that they're actually entertainers. I mean, they are sports figures, but they're entertainers.
They're employed by that team, and so that's my whole thing. So I'm not saying don't. I say stand up for it and do all that, but don't do it while you're on the clock. If I was the owner, that's what I'd say. But I don't know. I probably wouldn't even be able to say that nowadays because you can't say that, or they're negotiating that.
Like I feel like, why does it have to take place during the national anthem? Like, if you want the freedom and stuff, and you immigrate to our country, that's our national anthem. That should in itself just be respected. Why can't you find another time to do that?
Well, anyway, a little bit of kudos go to Kaepernick. I used to be a fan of him back in the day when he was really balling. But for Bobby, you talked about this the other day. Why is this still? He did start this conversation for 14 months now. So he did bring some recognition or some eyes to this problem, and so for that much he has done that. But so being how we're getting late, aren't we?
Yeah.
So having said all that, I've been steadfast on this from day one, and then I heard this guy running for senator, and he opened my eyes a little bit. I still haven't changed my thought, but I have opened my eyes up a little bit. So go ahead and play this clip. And we're probably going to have to wrap this up pretty quick.
I kind of wanted to know how you personally felt about how disrespectful it is. Like, you had the NFL players kneeling during the national anthems. I wanted to know if you found that disrespectful to our country, to our veterans, and anybody related to that. I find it incredibly frustrating that people seem to be okay with that. And I would just like to hear your input.
Thank you. Thanks for a great question. Again, on a really tough issue that if we don't talk about is not going to get better. And the question is, how do you feel about NFL players who take a knee during the national anthem? And is it disrespectful to this country, to the flag, to service members who are right there tonight, where it is tonight in Afghanistan, and those former service members, retirees, and veterans who are here with us today? Thank you each for your service. My short answer is no. I don't think it's disrespectful. Here's my longer answer, but I'm going to try to make sure that I get
I'm surprised there's that much of a clap.
Yeah.
It's a really important question. And
Oh,
There's an ad in the middle of
Can
the
I
video.
get a snack after Taekwondo?
all right.
It's kind of.
All right, see if you can sneak past that. But anyway,
Yeah.
he has a pretty good answer. And here we go here.
reasonable people can disagree on this issue. Let's begin there. And it makes them no less American to come down on a different conclusion on this issue, right? You can feel as a young man does, you can feel as I do, you're every bit as American, all the same. But I'm reminded, somebody mentioned reading the Taylor Branch book. You did. Parting the Waters and the King Years. And when you read that book and find out what Dr. King and this nonviolent, peaceful movement to secure better, because they didn't get full, civil rights for their fellow Americans, the challenges that they faced, those who died in Philadelphia, Mississippi, for the crime of trying to be a man, trying to be a woman in this country, the young girls who died in the church bombing, those who were beaten within an inch of their life crossing the Edmund Pettus Bridge in Selma, Alabama with John Lewis. Those who were punched in the face, spat upon, dragged out by their collar at the Woolworth lunch counter for sitting with white people at the same lunch counter in the same country where their fathers may have bled the same blood on the battlefields of Omaha Beach or Okinawa or anywhere that anyone ever served this country. The freedoms that we have were purchased not just by those in uniform, and they definitely were, but also by those who took their lives into their hands riding those Greyhound buses, the Freedom Riders in the Deep South in the 1960s, who knew full well that they would be arrested, and they were serving time in the Mississippi State Penitentiary. Rosa Parks getting from the back of the bus to the front of the bus. Peaceful, nonviolent protests, including taking a knee at a football game to point out that black men, unarmed, black teenagers, unarmed, and black children, unarmed, are being killed at a frightening level right now, including by members of law enforcement, without accountability and without justice. And this problem, as grave as it is not going to fix itself. And they're frustrated, frankly, with people like me and those in positions of public trust and power who have been unable to resolve this or bring justice for what has been done and to stop it from continuing to happen in this country. And so nonviolently, peacefully, while the eyes of this country are watching these games, they take a knee to bring our attention and our focus to this problem to ensure that we fix it. That is why they are doing it, and I can think of nothing more American than to peacefully stand up or take a knee for your rights anytime, anywhere, any place.
All right, Bobby, you
Thank
can
you
sit
very
down.
much for asking the question. I appreciate it.
Pretty cool, huh? I mean, that was a great speech. That was a great speech. But
Hopefully he wins.
yeah, he's up against Cruz, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, there's your fight, by the way.
Yeah.
What time does it start? Like 10?
The actual fight won't start probably till 10:30 our time.
Shit, yeah.
10:30. So
Sorry.
Where are
Yes.
you watching it?
I gotta find a place. It's so hard here in Houston now.
Anyway, that was that. I think I'm still not going to go against my thing. I don't think those guys should kneel on company time. But anyway, we are super late.
Wait, hold on, one more thing.
Yeah.
You know that guy Beto used to be in a band,
Yeah.
a rock band called Foss?
Is that right?
Yeah, played bass. It's like a punk rock band.
Tell you what, the guy, I like his words, man. Even though and that says something, I don't know about him, that I like his words, even though I don't agree with one thing, but I like his words and I like how he's handling stuff. I don't know. We'll see what he does. He seems like a real dude. But anyway, guys, anything else we need to share before we head on down here? Because we're running a little bit late and we got to catch up and move on. So appreciate you guys all being in studio and helping me out today. Phoenix, Bobbit, Flytrap. Jay in the back, thanks for coming in and helping out. Wraps up another episode of today's podcast, the unplugged version of the podcast. And we also like to thank again our sponsors, Aceway, Dunkin' Coffee, Texas Beef Council, Escoffier, and American Calling Federation. You guys are awesome for trusting us and believing in us. Ladies and gentlemen, please go and share the show with people. And go leave us a note, go leave us a question, go leave us a statement, and we'll pick the coolest ones. We'll read them on air, and maybe we'll win some swag. And we'll have some cool T-shirts in a while here, too. We've got T-shirts coming, guys. T-shirts are on their way.
What do they say?
I don't know yet, but I think one of them's going to say, God is dope.
Yeah.
And the other one's going to say,
Vote for Beto.
is that a diamond in a goat's ass? That's what the other one's going to say.
With a
Should
goat?
be on the back.
You
And
weren't
near
here
the
for that
bottom
show,
of
were
the
you?
shirt.
Oh, did you listen to it? You edited the show.
No.
You edited it.
Yeah.
You edited the show.
Yeah.
How did you not hear that part? That was
I do some effects on it.
So Bobbitt's favorite saying is that a diamond in a goat's ass?
No, it's like a
Oh,
diamond.
it's like a diamond in a goat's ass. That's her favorite saying. Did you know that? So you
No,
learned, something
I
else.
didn't.
Not only that, but you learned that Jordan and Jenna was a scandal, and you learned Bobbitt's famous saying, the diamond in a goat's ass.
Well, shit, I can die happy now.
Shit, man. So anyway, so thank you all for being here, and share the show and leave some comments, and we'll read those on air. Thank you guys for all being here, and remember, you're especially great. Get off your ass and do something today. See you next time. All right, that was a long show.
So, Mike's
car wouldn't start this morning. That's what you said. How you doing? Good. So we got one person there?
I got in.